Maybe when you listen to it, it's gonna be like answering. I can't that one. All right, we live, baby. Good morning, Sack Posse.
What's going on, guys? My name's Alan.
And I'm Alex.
Welcome to Amicy channel.
Guys, listen, if you're not part of the Amicy gang,
you know what to do.
Click on that subscribe button below and join some people in the squad, guys. So today,
50K.
We got
100K.
Akala.
I don't know.
You guys sent it to us. We didn't know.
So
we got Fire in the Booth Part 1. So we did a reaction to Dave called Black. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People want us to check out the actual music video for that one, and you know we're gonna be here for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys were asking us to check out this, and you guys sent us the link for this one. This is part 1. So without further ado, let's do our best in this video, guys. Let's get popping.
Let's get it.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Fire.
Yo.
But the beat though.
Okay. Yo.
I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called youngsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and don't on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room, wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just
This man said fire in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Fire in the booth. Putting that work. Everything they said.
Gave you the blueprint of what not to do.
I know.
Everybody goes and does it.
Everybody's
hey,
like
I was
this.
out there selling crack
I was putting that work. If you go to the corner of 54, the little building on the left side, that's where I was selling. And then everyone that's there now gets caught. But like, I've known nothing about this dude, so I don't know anything about like.
Okay, so he was reading. Like he was reading like high level books,
but there was this assumption that he was stupid. It's like the same thing I was saying last time. When I first came to the States, they would put me in ESL classes, which is English as a second language.
Yeah,
English is my third language. Okay, everybody else I was in the class spoke Spanish and barely could speak English, but they would automatically put me in there because I was from Haiti. So whereas all the other kids would go into English classes, I was going to ESL, but I spoke English. So I would literally go into the classes and I would literally go into the ESL class. It'd be like me, the teacher who spoke Spanish, and then the kids that spoke Spanish, them trying to learn English. And I'm sitting here looking outside the window. But that was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade year.
Uh-huh.
So every year they put me in the ESL class. And I never went to English. Because it was the assumption that I was like everybody else. I was like, I speak English. What? I'm not learning anything in this class. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But they would refuse to put me in the regular English classes. Crazy. Anyhow, going back a little bit here.
I ate as a child, judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel, cut, one too many man, you know, get caught up. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another, so it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy your mind when the world's this leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused. Far from broke. All that you see me.
I gotta go back for one.
To wealth, but not wealth itself.
Okay, hold on.
Be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't.
Money is the means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. Okay, pause. Money is the means. So you need money in order to get to this level, to get wealth. But it's not wealth itself.
But remember,
in the comments.
Wealth is what? Something that you could pass down to your kids.
In a generation.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is to a lot of people go for the money, but the money can be, it doesn't have to be like money. Could be knowledge. Also, wealth can be a bunch of different things.
Okay.
Get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do, I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly, and I don't care. Just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability. They've never been shown or told the difference, so they don't.
This is what we've been telling them.
Hey.
Remember, we've been saying in this song, we're like, why can't they teach you, like, rappers start rapping about things that mean something in life instead of it being about shooting other people and then trying to get money.
But so I can play devil's advocate on that one also.
Go ahead.
Because the industry sells. If it didn't sell, people only do things that create money.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't create money, especially in this environment.
Okay.
So, whereas it's kind of like if you think about Jay-Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z started like he was in the streets.
Okay.
Doing that stuff. But that's not what he's rapping now about. You know what I'm saying? It's just exactly what he just said.
Uh-huh.
Money is a means to wealth, not the wealth itself. He needed to do what he had to do to get the money to get to the level that he's at. But when you get to the level, but unfortunately, that's the way of that's the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the things that you rap about. Oh yeah, I did this to his girl. Yeah, I shot this person. You put an 808 on there. People, it sells.
Yeah.
Even though on the mind, it's programming the mind of the people that will listen to it, but it sells. But it's gonna sell to get you to where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So what the problem is, the devil's advocate was like this, but how do you expect them to get to this level without them going through the process of actually talking about the trash? It's like the clout rappers. Mm-hmm. The clout rappers come down and they talk about all the stuff they do. That's just for clout. They didn't do it in real life, but what are they trying to achieve? The money.
Yeah.
So it's
like they did it,
because why it sells. Even though that kid grew up in the freaking suburbs, never touched or seen whatever it is in his life, but he can write it and rap it and put a dope beat behind it, and that kid will go viral and make money because that sells.
It's like what's
nothing
trendy.
about it's trends. Okay. Nothing about that's gonna teach you about life. Just like in school, it's not cool to teach you about the important things you're gonna need. Just like your people that only vote every 4 years, even though they realize there's a yearly election in their own city, they couldn't tell you who's in charge. They just know the two people that are the Democratic or the Republican Party, but they don't realize there's way layers in every. They have governors. They have nothing.
Right. Like city council and all
exactly. That. So it's like in a way, it's like that's yes, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't sell. Especially in this culture here in the States, it does not sell. They're like, what is the quickest way to talk about drugs and guns? Hey, the label's like this. Hey, you guys, I heard that track guys just did was good. It was good. We're gonna put them back on the shelf. So you guys know anything about drugs? Yeah.
Run it through the garden. And then that's what they put on the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly, and I don't care. Just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability. They've never been shown or told the difference, so they don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian. That's significant, not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood?
Yo, everything you just said was fire. He said because the Asian culture don't do this, and that. It's like the generational thing I was talking about a couple weeks ago.
We're an Asian.
We were
say it, Alex.
What were we gonna say?
Go. No,
me and Alan were having this conversation a couple weeks ago, and it kind of ties right back into this one because it was like I was like in the town that we live in. There's a lot of people there's a lot of Arabic people, right? And a lot of people that I play soccer with are Arabs, and they're dope people. But one day, one of the kids was walking on the soccer field and he was wearing this really nice long sleeve shirt. It was freezing outside, and I was like, "Yo, that's a fire shirt. Where'd you get it from? I would love to buy one." And he said, "Oh, I got it from my store." I was like, "What store?" He's like, "Oh, I got a store," and he's 18 years old. He already has a full store.
That's
right.
Crazy. Yeah.
And then when you see their family, you realize the parents understand the idea of creating generational wealth, because when the parents came to the States, they didn't have anything. So instead of going out and fronting, they just saved, because they knew if we save, we can buy a store. Mm-hmm. Eventually, we can pass it down to the next kid. Every one of those people have businesses in Wilmington. They have car dealerships. They got gas stations. They got this. And they're thriving because now the next generation to come is set up way better than anybody else, right? And that's the same thing he talks about. Instead of going, look at, I got some Gucci, hey, I got some da-da-da. They go, you know what? I'm going to save that money. I'm going to keep it right here. I'm going to do it right here. And the next thing you know, their kids are better off than your kid, even though you've been here longer than they've been to. And then now you have the mindset of going, it's like the people go, yeah, those Mexicans, they don't have to pay taxes when they come to the States for 7 years. I was like, what? What country do you live in? Do you think that the United States is not going to tax you for 7 years? They're like, yeah, they can just come here, open businesses. I was like this. Again, where do you think we live in that you think the country's not gonna let you come here?
Like us, we're temporary. Like, we're on a temporary protected status.
And we pay taxes every freaking year.
But we're not citizens.
But we're not allowed to get any of the benefits of the taxes. So to me, like that, it makes so much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyhow, let's get rolling, bro.
Indian people, who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up thugs. Imagine they're in prison every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that, what is going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid $50K per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legal.
Bro, this guy's about we're gonna
be a long
this
video.
Guy's just be a long video. Do we care?
No.
Not at all. $50,000 a year these private prisons make off of every inmate. And you wonder why the judges are sending people to prison like it's nothing. That is crazy.
Because what was it?
How did prisons become a private thing? How is it still available today that they allow them to be a private thing? That tells you how much they're looking forward to people going there. And I'm sure it's a whole system. The judges benefit 100%, I'm sure. That whole system is, wow.
Yeah,
keep it rolling.
What's going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid $50K per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement.
Because you know how like corporations, like when they do like the volunteering hours and stuff,
they're making like 10 cents every hour that they're in prison.
But they're just like, it's
if they're working.
Yeah.
But one of the things he talks about is like, bro, this guy is dropping so much knowledge that is freaking crazy. We have to run back a little bit here.
Are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate
that part, he said, because I immediately had a conversation about with a coworker like about a month ago, or whenever the California fires were going crazy, right? They had a lot of the inmates come and help and do that stuff. But guess what? When they leave the prison, they cannot work as a firefighter. Even though while they're in prison, they are working their front line, working against the fire. But once they leave the prison, they can't even go back get a job at the same place they're working. They've been working for years doing that part. And you wonder why people go back to the jail system in the first place, because the cycle. Yeah. How do you in jail? Oh, I'm gonna teach you all of these different things, but when you leave the jail, you can't find nothing. That's crazy.
Because it was just like I was moving a patient at the hospital, and he was just like, "Yo, you guys, does this job pay enough?" And I was like, "Yeah, it pays the bills." Yeah. And then he was just like, "Man, I wish I could work here. What do you guys need to be able to work?" I was like, "They just run like a background check." And he was like, "Yeah, see, I can't even work here." And he's like, I've been for months trying to find a job. So I'm like living with my mom, trying to find a job, and I can't find anything. And he just got out of jail or prison 2 years ago.
And that's the cycle.
Because it's on your record.
It's on your record. And also that what hits the level of depression for a lot of people, that they go, screw it, I'm just going to do what I was doing before, because what you were doing before, it paid the bills. And you made a lot of money doing it. Even though a lot of people want to change. But one of the things that's coming around nowadays is like a lot of the business owners, they only hire inmates, people that work in the system, because they know for a fact they're not gonna find a job anywhere else. But they know they're gonna be very grateful to have a job that's gonna create finances for them and their families. That they're actually gonna do what they need to do in order to just get this done. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, we're only 2
Going
minutes
to
in.
jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that the hood that you live in. Engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your man? You could say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since they hung blacks and burned them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little...
Bro, this man is
This guy is putting so much work right now.
You know what I like? He is giving you history, but not in the book type of form. Like where you like,
It's in
and
your,
then this
it's in
happened,
your face.
and then this went on, and then this happened. Like he's just like this, boom, then this.
See, that part right there where he talks about the kids in the school system where the people go, hey, let's go watch a lynching today. There's pictures of
The
people,
tailgates and the picnics.
There's people that are literally showing where it's like they're going there. It's a family event to go watch them kill somebody.
Yeah.
That did nothing. And one of the things I always talk about is that one of the things I love to do is to look up my patients. Whenever I have a patient, I try to look up their age, and then I subtract that and realize when they were born. When you got somebody that was born in 1915 up until the 1930s, you know that stuff. Segregation didn't end in this country, in the States, until 1964. So right before all of that, they could have done anything, treat anybody the exact same way that was black. And I was like this, so you mean to tell me before 1964 they were able to do all of this, and all of a sudden you're going to go, stop. And then all of 1964 they become, now you think those people that literally live this way going to change their lives so that they can accommodate people that they was taught to hate their whole life? No. Like to me, history is so. I love history because history gives you an idea of to understand how we got here. But a lot of people try to neglect and forget the history and go, I don't know why nothing changes. Well, nothing changes because you chose to not actively understand and learn about the history to understand why we don't supposed to do the exact same dumb shit that you guys are doing now.
But if it doesn't affect them,
it doesn't affect them. Hey, keep it rolling. This guy.
Oscars even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching. Have a picnic. It's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional. You wanna pretend that you don't know why. If your color means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses. Just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality where a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America. This Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed? Worst jobs, worst conditions, most tax. Look where you live and yet you go to the pub. Friday night you will fight with a guy, don't know what for, won't fight with a guy. Shooting a tight who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politicians. It's your kids, the poor British, that they send to go and die in a foreign land for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British and that lovely patriotism they feed you, but in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know both sides of my family, black and white, are fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people are dirt regardless of shade. But with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily, up to the 80s, people spitting in my pram cause I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and...
He gave you so much information in that low section and goes, and that has no effect in my life today. If whatever, it's like the person that you see today, and then you automatically judge them for what they've done now, versus the how did you get here? What led up to you being here? It's like I was thinking. I think it's gonna be like a conversation we're gonna do like before one of the videos that we do. We can have it now, but
okay,
it's one of those things where like a bombing. The guy was a bomber. He was bombing buildings and stuff like that, right? And then everybody's is blaming the bomber in this moment. But when you learn, it was a TV show I was watching over there. But when you look at the information, so it's like he's a bomber. He's been doing this. He's pretty much almost his whole adult life.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's actually a true story. You start to learn about how he got there. It was based on like a CIA operation that they were doing. How to pretty much they wanted to run experiments that they were going to be able to use against enemy spies, but they were doing it to college kids that were like 18 and 19 years old. But the bomber was 16 when he went to college, so he was already underage because he was IQ-wise, he was a genius.
Yeah.
But he wanted to impress his teacher, so he signed up for this program. This it's an experiment. That's what they said, and only for him to brainwash them and all that stuff, trying to break him. And that was the spark that led him to becoming the way he was, because he was a mathematician. He was a genius. Mm-hmm. And then, so now you have to ask the question of going, okay, who do you blame? Do you blame the bomber for bombing people? Did they broke him, or who do you blame? Do you blame the teacher that started the program, the United States government that actually signed off on the program, the different military agencies? But what do is that it's easy to blame the person because that's all you can see. And it's the same thing with what he talks about right there. He goes like this: whenever they were doing all of this firebomb, putting poop in our mailboxes, spitting on me and stuff like that, but that had no effect on my life at all. But if something happens, you just look at him and go, that guy's crazy. But you fail to realize all of the shites that he went through that led to the break point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's literally, it just caught my brain and it just clicked. And I was just like, it makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, this guy's dropping way too much right now.
Breathing to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment. Constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my bricks that I'm flipping, clips that I'm sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail, people make money off it. So keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time. Market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. That it's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? All thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organized more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Songbo Ebedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me, it was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV. And MTV said, wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum. And MTV said, pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said, drink prune juice, you will start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, when I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But my head's still nappy. Think for myself, so some mad at me, but on the mic ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they wanna get near, but they can't have a peer. All dear, I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some cry tears. Mean that much to them. It's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman. Anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap back, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shackles, once that's happened there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read. Don't let them say what you can achieve. Cause when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Cause it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Cause if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would not elevate not one of these clowns. If we knew our power, we wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies. If we knew our power, we would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind MCs, go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study.
Yo!
Man!
Bro.
Bro. That man went 8 minutes.
He went 8 minutes and broke down the entire system of the world. Yeah. This was part 1. Part 2, wherever,
Okay,
5, 16 are going to be.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
We're here for the greatness.
Okay. you're not part of the Amicy gang,
Yeah.
you know, click on the subscribe button.
Yeah,
below.
please click on that subscribe button below and join us now.
Follow
all
us on
times.
the next one.
Don't cheat yourself.
Love thyself.
And keep it Amicy. Peace.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.